Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little something different. Hey guys, here is my 2006 Cadillac CTS, and I absolutely love this car. Absolutely love it. I traded my Durango for it. This is dirty. It's got bird poop on it and all that good stuff. But as you can see, it's really clean. It's got one little area of rust right there. There's a couple little spots around it. Got that right there. Need to figure that out. Get that cleaned up, straightened out. And a few little spots on the front bumper. Got some road rash down there, but other than that, pretty nice ride. Today what we're doing is we're going to do away with this. This is the stock stereo. See, we got the CD player in here, and yeah, it's a Bose system, but sounds like crap, and I want something a little bit nicer. So we have to do a little custom work, because as you can see, there is not a spot. All this is one piece. Okay, this whole area right here is one piece. So they do make a kit that you can put a double din in here. However, you lose this, and this is my information center. Most of my information comes through here. It's also the stereo, but as you can see, we've got the temperature, tranny fluid. That used to mean something different, but now it means something completely different. Engine oil life. Got your battery voltage. I would lose all this stuff, all this information. My clock, all this would be gone, because it would just be some kind of a generic plate that went up over there. And I'm not willing to let go of that. Also, the wiring harness that it would require in order to keep my chimes and my bells and whatnot is $150. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So we're going to do a little bit of custom installation on a car stereo today. I know you're here for paint work, but paint is just like anything else. It's a modification, or at least in my case it is. And I want to make this car my own, so bear with me on this one. I'm going to show you how to take this from this crappy looking stock stereo to this. Alright, once you get your stereo out, you're going to take out all the little screws that are on the back. I can't remember how many there were, but there are quite a few of them. So they're really tiny little Phillips screws, and you're going to take those out. Actually, they're not Phillips. They're some weird little screws, and you'll figure it out once you get back there. So take all your screws out, and this is what you're going to have. This is the back side of your stereo, and I did not get a picture of it when I still had the circuit board in there, but that square, you're going to see it once you, this will all be familiar to you once you get your stereo out. You unscrew your circuit board. This is the back side of your faceplate. So this is very important not to get too excited when you're cutting on this, but basically everything that's in the middle from those white plugs, you see the white plugs with the ribbons running to and fro. You're going to cut everything with a Dremel nice and neat south of that, just there in the middle. You'll probably need to do some trimming later on, but that's all that needs to come out right there. This is obviously the front of your stereo, and yes, you got to cut this out because we are not gonna do the easy way. I want to keep my DIC, so in order to do that, you're going to need to cut this out. So you're going to cut the front part of your stock stereo in order to fit your new double din. So just don't cut too much. Figure out where you want it in your system, but I basically cut from about 1/8 of an inch down from the buttons, and from side to side I did go all the way over to the wood grain, and then I left a little bit on the bottom for support down there. So you'll figure this out once you get it apart, but you will figure it out that you need to take your circuit board and move it up to gain clearance for the new stereo to come in there. So measure it out, cut you a new square, drill a new hole, and that's what you're going to do for that. And I don't know why we're still looking at this, but here comes my buddy pulling up, and I get to go for a little ride in his rat rod. I told him to do a burnout, so we'll see. There you go. Well, that was fun. I needed the break because by this point I was pretty frustrated. So we got it cut out, and so this is obviously the back side of our stereo, and now here is a picture of the inside. Pretty self-explanatory. And you just basically move your circuit board up, screw it into place, and that gives us room for our stereo to sit in. So this is what it looks like, and you're not going to have a whole lot of support. If you want to make some little brackets, go right ahead. I did not. Now this is the this is some more stuff that you're going to need to cut out, so get your Dremel ready, and you're going to cut it, and it's basically going to look like this when you're finished. So that is what the front plate, the front face is going to bolt back onto. You need to make sure that it looks just like this when you're finished, and you're going to see that I did cut out the back to gain access for my controls. You can cut it out however you want, and then we're going to test fit the stereo to make sure that it fits in there, and we're excited. So after that, basically this is what you're going to come up with. There's your stereo. I could have done a little bit neater job, but hey man, it is what it is, and it's in there. Alright, real quick update. I'm using my new Akaso V50 Pro Special Edition. It's like a GoPro, but a hell of a lot cheaper, so pretty excited about this. Here's an update on the stereo. This is what we've got going on right now. I have run some 9-wire, okay? And it's called 9-wire because there are 9 wires running through it. I've run this nice and neat through the back of the dash here, under the carpet, tucked it in nice and neat, under here, back here, through the back and into the trunk. the key to this stuff, guys, is if you don't have the patience to run wiring neatly, you're gonna do a hack job on the rest of it. So I've got my 9-wire run through the back, and here is the factory amp, and this is what we need to bypass. So I'm still working on figuring out which one of these plugs does what. There's a plug there, there's a plug here, and here's the 9-wire. And as you can see, we've got a set of speaker wires. So we've got 4 sets of speaker wires, 8 wires, plus our blue remote wire. So if I ever want to run an amplifier, we're good to go on that. But right now, what I'm doing is trying to figure out which one of these wires, which one of these plugs does what. So still trying to figure that out. As soon as I know, I will let you know, so that you won't have to do all the extra work, and you can just come back here and look like you know what you're doing. All right, well, here we go. We've got our stereo installed. We still have the, I think it's called a DIC, Driver Information Center. So everything still works, except for the radio up there, obviously. But now we've got a nice double DIN in here with Bluetooth, and now we've stepped up into the 21st century. So we got 3 of the 4 speakers going. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll have to call some of my buddies tomorrow and see what they think. I've got the right front and both of the rears hooked up. My tweeters up in the up there don't work. No center channel, and obviously no subwoofer, but I'm cool with it right now. I still need to hook up the backup cam. I have not done that yet, so that'll be a whole nother video, probably be a little update. But it is the gray plug off the amp that you're going to get your speakers to work off of. However, I will have to do an update on that because, like I said, I only got 3 of the 4 door speakers to work. So we've got tunes, everything's working except for one of the speakers, and it's really hard to find any kind of wiring diagram for these things online. So I'm gonna have to figure it out, but I feel pretty good about it. I think it looks pretty decent, and like I said, it's just a nice upgrade. This is an 06 CTS, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Bluetooth all hooked up, and there you have it. It can be done. It's a lot of work. So if you're not mechanically inclined at all, I would not do this. But if you want to keep your DIC and keep all your functionality of the car like you have before, give it a try, man. This is my first time doing it. I mean, I've hooked up stereos in the past many times, but this is obviously the first time I've done this. So don't be afraid. I think the install looks pretty good. Got all of our speakers, wires, and everything hidden, so I'm pretty happy. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing some painting on this before too long, I hope. I know you're saying, why? But because I've got issues and I just can't leave shit alone. So I'm thinking we're going to go with a nice satin black. We're going to black out the wheels. we're going to black out this front grille. And I'm going to try my hand at window tinting. That'll be an entertaining video. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. And leave any comments that you got, any questions. If I can help you, I definitely will. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.